Salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah, somebody actually answered the salams. It's a big change. There's some good news here today. I reckon there's going to be some blessings in this program. Voice of Islam, alhamdulillah, the platform that matters in New Zealand, all across the world. And this is day 20 of our programming. Don't worry about your Ramadan dates, because it's probably day 19, day 20, day 21 sometimes. If you're living on the moon, it's probably day 1. Allah knows best. The important thing is, brothers and sisters, we're here back on the show that counts. Of course, we're out there in New Zealand, and we're going to be talking to a brother today from New Zealand. We're turning things around. We've got scholars and du'at from all around the world, and today we're going back where it really matters, where they prepare our meat, our halal meat market. It's right in the heart of New Zealand. And brother Reza is, of course, your name, but then you go by some other kunya and some. Would you like to introduce yourself, Sheikh?
Look, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsan ila yawmiddin. Amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers. Look, my name is Reza Ibn Abdul Jabbar, and if I probably have got a little bit, my nasab is really simple. If I go 5 or 6 generations up and above, it shall read like this: Reza Ibn Abdul Jabbar Ibn Abdul Wahab Ibn Abdul Jabbar Ibn Abdul Wahab Ibn Abdul Jabbar again. So one of those. So it's very simple. It's a simple nasab. But others have called me Abu Omar. By kunya, but whichever takes your fancy, my brother. But I thought I should tell you a better story about my nasab, which is, I don't think there's too many people can say that they've got a 6th generational lineage. Just
So originally, where do you come from? From Allah?
But my heritage. Heritage. I'll tell you the story. I was born in West Borneo, which is Borneo is you see Brunei Darussalam there, you see Malaysia in the north, and of course today is Indonesia. But by heritage, my great grandfather is a Pathan, a Pashtun from, I'm not sure whether it's actually in today's Pakistan, by the border of Pakistan and Afghanistan. That's where my grandfather comes in. We've got to thank him for that, and alhamdulillah, without that, we'll have no lahya.
No lahya, no
no lahya, no izzah.
No izzah, no izzah, no.
Well, look, I better not stop there. And of my mother's, by my mother's side, my great grandfathers were actually Portuguese, believe it or not. And they came in from Andalus. They came in as du'at. Into the northern Sumatra, and where the 3 brothers, one is the Imam of the Masjid in Al-Azizi, and the second brother is the reserve Imam, and the youngest brother is the Muazzin. So alhamdulillah, that's a little bit of a story about my lineage. So
that's very deep. That's very deep, Reza, brother Reza. That is deep. Alhamdulillah. I asked you for a small idea about where your name was, where you're from. I said you're from Allah.
Oh look, always give a complete answer.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. So I wanted to focus on a conversation, brothers and sisters.
Yes.
You're tuning in on the World Wide Web, like we all are today, because we're all stuck at home, right? But this guy is not. He's going to explain why. There's a lot of people tuned in on Facebook. Yes, and you can give your messages in Facebook. We've got 125 people, and it's dropping down a little bit more. But brothers and sisters, I just want to say to you, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, first and foremost.
Wa alaikum salam.
And I like to say that this show is going out every single day at 10 a.m. UK time, 9 p.m. New Zealand time. It's a long way away from us. And Reza Abdul Jabbar, mashallah, you have some unique things that you do in your life. You know, if I looked at you, I saw you in the street, I thought, what does this guy do for a living?
Yes.
Right. He probably sells atar. He probably, you know, he's a marriage counselor. He's probably Islamic marriage. He's probably a scholar. He's probably an imam. Yeah. But the last thing I would have said is that this guy is a farmer, right? So tell us, what exactly do you do in New Zealand? Where in New Zealand first?
Yes, yeah, for a start, we are not in the middle of New Zealand. Actually, we live in the bottom of New Zealand, in the last frontier. That's in a province called Southland in Invercargill, where you can't go any further. So because of that, our masjid is known as the southernmost masjid of the world.
Wow.
And that is something, a reputation we're proud of, but we are more than happy for that to be broken. If you know what I'm, if you know what I'm saying. If somebody else further down south than us wants to have another masjid, we say that, all is good.
In time to care, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, it's not often you've got something like that and you want it to be broken. But Bismillah, things, there will be other people, maybe even southern than us, in perhaps in Chile, we'll build another masjid, inshallah. But what we do during the day, I'm a farmer. I'm a dairy farmer during the day, and we say that during the day because I mean, and we milk cows. We run actually 5 farms. 2 of them are dairy platforms that we milk cows. Well, about 1,300 to 1,400 cows, and we have another 3 other runoff dry stock block where we run young stocks, like with the calves, bulls, heifers, and cropping. By cropping, we mean like turnips and summer crop, kales, sweet. I don't know whether they grow this in England. I'm sure you do. So these are all the beautiful stuff that we do to feed our cows and the calves and our bulls. And I happen to be the imam of the Southern Masjid, and I also look after the marriage of our people here in the Southland province, and including Queenstown, the Wanaka, and that sort of thing. So I look after the also the burial services for brothers and sisters and the children down this way, and also do the marriage, the nikah, and here. And I do a lot of marriage counseling too for our brothers and sisters, which I enjoy very much, mainly because it gives me the motivation really to do better. Yeah,
so the most southernmost based masjid basically in the world, subhanallah.
Yes.
Allahu Akbar. From the most northern, I went to the most northern one in Iceland, and now you're telling me the most southern one, and yet I got very close to your place when I was there in New Zealand. 2.5 weeks we were there touring. You came along for a few days, went in Christchurch, and I think it was Hamilton. Wasn't it Hamilton? No, not Hamilton. Some other place, Hastings, or I can't remember where we met. Anyway, so you're
we met in Christchurch,
Christchurch. Okay, fine.
And Dunedin,
And I like your number plate, bro. Could you want to explain what your number plate says?
Well, like anybody else, like I mean, with other brothers here from the Voice of Islam, so we enjoy the da'wah. I mean, obviously, it's something that I feel, I honestly feel after all the obligatory pillars of Islam, I think da'wah has to be the next best thing ever. It's addictive, and we thought, hey, why not? I mean, we live in a country where we can choose and the plates, and alhamdulillah, by the mercy of Allah, I managed to get 2 of those plates. One is DAWAH, which is da'wah, and I've got another one that reads Tawheed, which is on another vehicle. So bismillah, we also booked another one where we've got a D4 WAH, which is also reads da'wah, and the other one DIW4H. So basically, we won every combination of da'wah. I think we want to have it, and hopefully we can do it justice. Probably that's the other thing.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. By the way, Assalamu alaikum to Mohammed Thompson. He's got his beloved mountain behind him. You know why?
He's up in the mountain, yes.
Yeah, phase 2 is coming. Lockdown is ending soon. He's dreaming of the mountain.
Booked my trip.
Yeah,
inshallah. A couple of weeks.
Trip, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and you know, subhanallah. So, Jabbar, how did you manage to get into farming? Is it like a family lineage thing, or is it just something that you just said, I need to go back to this because I want to be like one of the prophets looking after sheep?
Well, unfortunately, it wasn't a lineage thing. I mean, it would have been easier if it was a family farm. Alhamdulillah. No, no. I mean, it's. I'll share this story, and alhamdulillah, I have a father, you know, Allahu yarham, which I pray every day, you know, that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevate his status. He's passed away. He's really exemplary, Yusuf, you know, as a young 8-year-old, 9-year-old, you know, like he used to engage me and my sisters in conversation and really talking about halal living, you know, but how can you study, do well, and really have a profession that have izzah. But izzah, I mean, every professions are great, but sometimes we go, you know, and we swear, and then we don't realize the you know, where's the halal, where's the haram, what is permissible and what is not permissible, and of course the shubhat and all the doubts in between all them. So he said to me, and really this discussion brought me into I'd say my fitrah, to be wanting to be a farmer. So we talk about it, and as a 10-year-old, we've agreed that he was gonna help me in every way to come to New Zealand to study, to go to university, and then to do all the degrees, and then to be a farmer. So alhamdulillah, this become amal and jariyah for my late father.
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Well, let me ask you a question.
No problem.
How many farmers are Muslim in New Zealand? Because I don't think it can be that many.
No, it's not that many. But would like to think it you know, it should be, you know, this is it's a funny thing really, because one would imagine that us Muslims should be more of us farming, because this is one of the most natural profession, isn't it? I mean, we talked about it the other day, but I think it should be more. I mean, I struggle why they're not more Muslims being farmers when when it is one of the sunnah profession, really.
Yeah. And
so
you mentioned yesterday that it's a prophetic thing to become a shepherd, of course, you know, and you'd mentioned the lockdown and Ramadan, and you said, well, there's little change, really.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah,
alhamdulillah, like really, like, I mean, you know, everyone's taking a hit, and you see when the whole population of the world are buying only what we need rather than what we want. The funny thing is the whole world goes into a recession, which is, I don't know, I haven't lost any weight. I haven't seen my brother Fridaus lost any weight, nor you two brothers. In fact,
no,
I think, alhamdulillah, we've been eating well. But really, yeah. I just had a comment. Someone is about to quit his job going farming. So But anyway, so I think really this is really a good you know, a good way to when we see crisis like this, what do we see is COVID-19 brought down the world economy. But what I actually think happened, you know, the next imminent in my eye is imminent, is perhaps we are going to see or staring down at food crisis. So I mean, what, you know, I think what better professions can it be than farming, really, and amongst many other professions, of course. You know?
I totally agree, and I'm from a tradition of farming, subsistence farmers. We have 6 farms. We have 6 farms, subhanallah, in Ireland, and they wanted me to go. When I went there to go and find my father before I became Muslim, because I went there to go and find myself, go and find my father, hitchhiked to Ireland with my thumb. And got there to the Gardaí police station, and that's the Gardaí station. We call it the police station. That's the Irish police. And then asked where this Whitefields farm was, because I was going to go and find my father. And then the guy said, who are you looking for? And I said, Bob Chambers. He's my father, Bob Chambers. And he said, well, Bob Chambers, he's an awful queer fellow, you know. And he said, well, what do you mean? He said, well, he hasn't had a bath for about 10 years and he lives in the hedgerow. He lives in the hedge.
Yes.
And they, you know, I thought they were joking. I thought because Irish, they always are, they like the crack. They like having a joke. Anyway, he tells me, well, you know, young man, who is he to you anyway? I said, well, he's probably my dad. He said, oh, he's a good guy anyway. Don't worry about it. Yeah, he's all right. I didn't mean it like that. You know what I mean? He's just a bit queer, like here.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a guy outside. He was J.P. Kavanagh, J.P. Kavanagh, the butcher from the abattoir. He says, I'll take you up there now. Get in, jump in, young lads. I was only about 26 then, 24, 25, something like that. Get in, and he takes me up to this hedge. You know, I mean, this is a farming story. And he shouts, excuse me, Bob, it's your young one come to see you. Like that. And out of the hedge, a guy comes with a black face. White guy with a black face. Looking really scared. On an old nag pony with a wooden cart.
Oh.
You know? He lives in the hedge. Subhanallah. Anyway, I'm thinking, please Allah, God, make this not be my father. Please. And anyway, he said, that's got nothing to do with me. Now get out of here.
Oh.
It wasn't my dad anyway. But, you know. So anyway, Ireland and farms, my goodness, subhanallah. From Ireland to the southernmost tip of the southern island, Queenstown, is it?
No, we are in Invercargill.
Invercargill.
Yeah, that's very, very Scottish.
It is. It
is.
is.
Invercargill, yeah.
Yeah. So, brothers, tell me about halal farming. Tell me about halal farming. Because isn't New Zealand the go-to place for a lot of halal meat as well? Am I right?
Absolutely. You know, as far as I know, I mean, the majority of the beef and the lamb that are slaughtered in New Zealand, and when I say a majority, I mean in excess of 95%, if not even better, you know, because I happen to be also in FIANZ, which is in the you know, in the Federation of Islamic Associations in looking after the halal business and also da'wah, you know, which is I go around to some countries and look after a few markets and make sure that the certification comes, you know, comes and gets renewed in a lot of countries. We see that it's over 95%, and so it's a big chunk. It's a big chunk of what we produce halal, or in fact, it's nearly all, except a few fragmented abattoirs that are not halal certified for one reason or another. So we are, you know, we are proud of that tradition as a Kiwi Muslim. That we are able to be the food basket of the world as farmers, that we produce the best meat and the best what you call them milk and all the dairy products that comes as a result of that. So we look forward for this to become an ongoing thing, and I mean Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the barakah in this, you know.
Tawfiq. And who is this man here? I've just found you there.
Yeah.
There you are with your loved ones behind you.
Yes, with my dearest, you know, with the dearest and you know, and darlings. Yeah.
Well, of course they look very healthy. There they are. Assalamu alaikum. Al-Baqarah.
Al-Baqarah. Yes.
And this is you looking after them on the field. I just had to show this. This is actually from RNZ. What's that? Farming.
That's a Radio
New Zealand.
Radio New Zealand. Look at that, guys. Look at this. This is what the brother does. He runs 5 farms down there. So I think we all need to make a plan after lockdown to go and do some milking of cows, or going to go learn about farming, guys. Let's get back into the, you know, sustainable farming so that we can all have food security in the future, inshallah.
Yes.
That's beautiful, bro. And what does it say on this article? There's anything special in the article?
Oh, it's all special, Yusuf. It's all special. Best, you know, what it means is that we you know, we contribute to Radio New Zealand, you know, just to you know, to share a story, really. And it's you know, we you know, like you said, as Muslims, we need to be integrating but not assimilating, two different understanding me, but also to contribute. And that really is something that I feel that when you look at and revisit the golden age of the greatest Muslims that ever lived. When you look at the way they lived, we see that that they were really ideal in the sense that they understood the Quran, they memorized and understood the hadith, the authentic traditions, and also they were also very well equipped in the field of science and also math, physics, and all that. And also they were in business. I really want to highlight that point because I think that's not often, that's not often being articulated enough, nor does it get sent out the message. But I really believe, like I've been giving a series of lectures in the lockdown life over the month of Ramadan, whether from the Ulama Council of New Zealand and also at Fiance, and a lot of this title has been on that, striving to become an ideal Muslim. Whatever the profession that you do, we need to make sure that one is called a Muslim because one is really wanting to do his or her utmost in practicing the system of life and really contributing.
Reza, just to let you know, there's a few of your homeboys coming from Reno. Assalamu alaikum. I'm from West Java, Indonesia.
Look at that. The homeboys are in.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got some Salwa, Sister Salwa, mashallah, learning about NZ. Thank you. A great supporter of projects out there. And of course, dawah is your number one obligation, number one love in the world after cows and after, obviously, I want to just say that you're compassionate with animals, you look after animals, you look after the environment as well. You're not one of those guys who goes to excess and hurts animals and stuff like that. So it's just, it has to be halal and tayyib. So, tayyiban. Tayyiban meaning something which is rearing the animal. Can you explain what it means? Because a lot of people think halal, bismillah.
Okay, okay. If you look at the ayat in the Quran, in fact the comment is it's not even ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. In fact, it's ya ayyuhan nas. This is quite amazing, really, because if you look at the tafsir of this, ya ayyuhan nas, kullu mimma fil ardi halalan tayyiban. All the people, eat of whatever in the land that is halal, that is permissible, and what is tayyiban, that is pure, something that is not just clean but pure. Pure means it's healthy for you. It is of good source, good protein. It is it enjoys all the right stuff in it. And but the beauty of this ayat for me is that because it's followed by another in the same ayat by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا خُطُوَاتِ الشَّيْطَانِ and let you not follow the footsteps of the Satan, of the devil, that innahu lakum aduwwun mubin, and in that he is to you a clear enemy. So here is it's a unique translation of this ayat that tayyiban, I think it's a concept that is only known to Islam. Where we go permissible as well as pure, clean, nutritious. So I mean, one would even explain this even more by saying that something that is tayyib, it shall benefit you. And in fact, in the end of the day, that it should be the one that provides you the energy to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even better.
Do you know what, Abdul Jabbar, I'm sure I'm actually not alone in saying, from what you've just described about how you look after animals, where you are in New Zealand, most beautiful part of the world, most southerly tip, you're on your deen, you're an imam, you're a farmer, you're a father, you're probably an uncle. I mean, all of these things, but the most important thing out of all of that stuff, right, which you mentioned, is the da'wah, is to explain the beautiful faith with Voice of Islam. Voice of Islam, of course, is an amazing resource in New Zealand. I want you to talk about the da'wah a little bit. The brother's saying, I'm quitting my job and going farming soon. I think I can say, brothers and sisters, all on the Facebook account.
Let's do it, Let's do it.
Shall we all move there in Chicago? Should
I
we
think
get
so. Yeah.
My son doesn't like what I'm saying, but no, I mean, you know, seriously, what a lifestyle. You know, give dawah, look after the land, provide food for people, provide security for people. What a barakah there is in all of this beautiful, blessed ways.
Inshallah, you know, you make dua for us. You know, one of the things that I see about this, we are also the face of Fonterra, which is the cooperative that collects the milk. And we are involved in a project, in a pioneering project called the Living Water. With myself and my wife, in fact, the whole family, we go out and preserve a lagoon, make sure that it's fenced off so no wastewater comes in, that we've got to make sure the fish in the creek are well, the trouts, you know, so you can really fish trouts from my stream, you know, and the ducks, the geese, and everything else. That it's like supermarkets, you know. So I think with da'wah, I'm of the opinion that, you know, I want to reflect onto this ayat really. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu lima taquluna ma la taf'alun, or you who have believed, let you not say something that you don't do. And honestly, I'm so passionate about that ayat. You know, it's a great reminder for me that you know, like, I mean, if we were gonna say something, let us reflect onto ourselves and do it. And this sort of da'wah, either environmental, you know, consciousness, farming and producing the best of products. I think it serves as a great da'wah. Of course, we go down and I'm also a lecturer at the University of the Third Age in Queenstown, and I give da'wah there and lectures in around our region. And I see people really hungry. People wants to know, and people wants to know, and people wants to relate. And what better way to relate than that to a farmer? You know, because again, that's another. You know, it's the profession of the people of the land. You know, we call ourselves Kiwi Muslims, and that's really what Kiwi Muslims. You can't be any more Kiwi Muslims than a farmer.
You absolutely. You're totally
my thoughts.
Engaged. No, you're totally engaged with the whole Kiwi way of life, a very open doors life. Talking of which, I just want to bring Mohammed in. He's also a man who likes the open door living. He likes mountains. You know, he likes hiking. What do you reckon? What do you think we should bring him in and give him salams? Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.
Wa alaikum salam barakatuh. How are you guys?
Alhamdulillah, my brother, yes.
Alhamdulillah.
Let's just bring you all in because before we start talking about the relationship between da'wah and trade in the Southeast Asian area, there's a big significance about how the companions and the tabis, they came into these areas and they spread Islam through trade. But Mohammed, what do you think about what Brother Abdul Jabbar is doing in New Zealand? Do you think he's got a vehicle for really bringing Islam and expressing Islam?
Oh, definitely, because you know, he's very popular down there and popular on throughout the farming industry, from what I've seen, because he's been featured a few times on the farming program, TV program, and it's alhamdulillah, he and his family have done a very good job in presenting himself, his family, and the farms and Islam without sort of putting it down your throat, but in such a way that is subtle but there. And alhamdulillah, it was very good. I was very pleased to see that program.
Mohammed,
several programs, actually.
You make dua for us, my brothers.
I mean, let me just tell you that he's putting some stuff down some people's throat. It's called milk. But, you know, he's probably
good for you as well. Good for you as well.
Not wrong there,
So, Mohammed, the one question is here, is that Mount Everest behind you, and have you climbed it?
I climbed part of it to the base camp, first base camp. Alhamdulillah. It's about 5,000 meters.
Yeah. What's your favorite mountain in New Zealand?
Well, it'd have to be at the moment Mount Taranaki.
Yeah. Have you ever been stranded up there, or tell us the truth?
You know I have. Yes.
What a question.
Stuck there for 3 days. Alhamdulillah. They couldn't get me down because the weather was too bad.
Yeah, this Jazakallah khair, Ustadh Reza from Indonesia. Smile, smile, smile. And that's Majid al-Gumanati. Majid al-Gumanati. Somebody, I don't know. Maybe he knows you. You know him. But there's also when we were.
Du'akum, my brother. Du'akum.
Inshallah. So tell us about the relationship between da'wah and trade and how it can really be massively impactful.
Okay, I was last November. I was in amongst the council of the Majlis of Ulama of all the probably 100 countries, and I was doing work for the MPI of New Zealand and the trade envoy of New Zealand, really selling products and at the same time halal certification. What I actually noticed is that the size of the pie, the so-called halal market, is, who would want to take a guess in here? What would be the halal market worth in a year, in your opinion? And let's make it a wild guess in your wildest imaginations.
500 billion.
Yeah. What would be your thing, Yusuf?
Well, I never even looked into it, so I'll just go a little bit higher than him. 650.
Yeah. So the real figure was, and this is all, all out. We're talking about all halal things. It's actually 3,000 billion. It's actually $3 trillion a year. Yeah. So and of course it's something that we all took a bit of getting used to, and we thought this is a big pie. But that includes the halal food, halal cosmetics, halal pharmaceuticals that we some people don't think about, the halal supplements, and all that puts together. It's actually $3 trillion US dollars a year. So it's a big pie. Wow. So, wow. But I had to put my hands up and I said, look, what makes it so big? I mean, are there really that many Muslims buying it? What you see is that back into that concept of halal and tayyib is that we get buyers that are not yet Muslims, brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. The reason being, now the halal stamp that we see on the meat, on the nutritional products, on the cheese, on the supplements, on the whey protein that Fonterra produces, and all the great stuff, is that it becomes a sign of great quality. You see how the concept that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has outlined in the Quran, tayyib, has become, it's gone viral now. Because someone's not necessarily Muslims or not yet Muslims, they are looking at this as a symbol of quality. So da'wah wise, it really, for me, it brings home the message that I gotta come home, and I gotta make sure if I was in a top 10% of Fonterra farmers in terms of the milk quality, I gotta try to be the next top 5%, and Bismillah, by the mercy of Allah, trying to get to the first 1%, because that's real da'wah too, in amongst other da'wah. Yeah, so it's a great message. It's a concept that is unique, halal and tayyib, and that's where the type comes in.
That's perfect. We've got Julia Schottler. She said, Alhamdulillah, we need more Muslims to be farmers, especially in livestock. It's very limited, I think, amongst us Muslims. I agree with you, and it's not an easy lifestyle, though, is it? Going out there very early in the morning, having to fetch the livestock later on, and look after the land and milking. So tell us about that as well.
Yeah, well, it is, on a normal day, the operation starts here at about 3:30 a.m. in the morning. I mean, to get the cows to be milking at 4:30. And that's, on the exceptions of June and July, when the cows are resting, before they're giving birth. That's what we call a cruisy time. But alhamdulillah, look, I said this to you, my brothers and sisters, whoever, that are listening to us. But really, the enjoyment of this is great, though, because there's not too many jobs where you can see your family along all the time, though, because farmers, even though we start early, but it's enjoyable. You're working with animals, they don't talk back to you. They don't they don't seem to whinge, it's got to be a bonus, right? And then at about 8 o'clock when we have breakfast, we have breakfast at home, and then at about 1 o'clock, we have lunch at home, and then it's perfect.
And then of course you wake up for Fajr and then go and look after the animals.
Way before Fajr.
Way before Fajr.
Yeah.
Ika Shinta. I've been staying at Brother Reza's house.
Oh, yes.
It was farming living. It's a lovely place, actually, she says. And Semina Khan says, organic farming is the only way. Shame it's not openly available in the UK. Alhamdulillah, we can see that Brother Reza is promoting his trade for Muslims here to be farmers, to get involved in the farming industry in Britain. But it's very hard for outsiders puts us to shame. There we are. And then Jazakumullah khair, very happy to see brother Muslim from Invercargill. Last time I was there, I did not meet any. That was 1998. It's a lovely place though. I am a Kiwi, but living away from home. Love you guys for the sake of Allah. That's from Hamid.
Muhammad, my brother, come home to New Zealand. I mean, hey, this is the time to come home, my brother. You know, yeah. And also, like, I mean, the other point about this is that, you know, like, I mean, we have 5 children. Whether it is Aisha or Hafsa or Maryam or Umar or Talha, they can quite happily to come and see us. You know, come in a tractor, go and plant some crops and put some fertilizer or top of paddocks or mowing. See, I mean, you know, you see your kids quite a lot more, even though you're working. I mean, you can go and the you know, you don't miss out a lot on them. You can see them on a school bus, you can see them coming home. It's just like a big, you know, like a field. You can see where you live, with the kids are coming in, coming out of the bus, and you know what they're up to, and that's got to be a good thing, I think.
Yeah, sorry, I was just playing something there. Because basically I found a small video, but it's got some funny stuff on there. But I wanted to show, I wonder if I can show it without the sound, then you can talk us through. Hold on, let me turn it right down and then just play it. And forgive me, brothers and sisters, if there's any music on it, because, you know, sometimes these things happen. I'm going to share it. I want you to talk us through this. Let's have a look. Share. Let's do share with sound. Optimize the screen. Share. Right, let's go. Bang. Okay. Right, so what's got, let's have a look. Let's see. Let's just
look at,
right, let's see. Bismillah. There we are.
Bismillah.
Look at this.
This is an iconic program called the Country Calendar. Believe it or not, it's the the program with the #1 rating in New Zealand, past and present. You know, like it's so it's the most watched program in New Zealand. Of course, it's on Sunday night, 7 p.m. So, you know, that's us on the episode. Yeah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. But and these are our cows, you know, because you can see this is something.
This is your good family. Your good family. This also the farmer's wife.
This is my living accountant.
Wow, what's this, Sheikh?
Oh, this is hey, this is my my iron horse. You gotta you know, whatever it takes. I guess you talk about the other day. I mean, you know, in the land that we live, the da'wah is, you know, you know, it's got to be adaptable. If it takes a Harley to for people to listen, so the Harley it is, you know. So yeah, absolutely,
absolutely, brother.
Yeah,
and with that, just gonna put this in because it stopped charging. All right, better. It's charging now.
So that's the part of the farms, and
that's all you with the cows there. And so all of this, guys, is part of the lifestyle of our brother Reza, who's actually, subhanallah, you know, basically leading the way in halal farming there in the southernmost tip of New Zealand. Subhanallah, you can see him there with his livestock. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it very successful. Ameen.
Ameen. Allahumma ameen. Allahumma ameen. And it's, you know, you see that interactions. I mean, for me, every day that I see the livestock, whether the calves and that, when they love you, and it brings me back, you know. And we discussed about and for me, wallah al-azim, it brings me the memory or the thought, and I imagine, you know, what was like, you know, for the Sahaba radiallahu anhum ajma'in to be when they were with
this you as a boy.
Me as a boy, as a young lad, you know. And then you know, that's me, but still a young lad, you know. And so anyway, so it reminds me of what actually happened, you know, and with the livestock, you know, whether it is horses and camels or sheep, goats or cows. But hey, it's a clean, honest living. Clean, honest living, you know.
Clean, honest living. That's what we like to see, brothers and sisters. We're talking to Reza, and you can see some of the images of him subhanallah, on his farm there in Invercargill, southernmost tip of New Zealand. Subhanallah, what look at this lifestyle, and you're even praying there. Or some brothers will be having us some serious questions now about praying with the shoes on. I always get it when I'm on the videos praying. Anyway, fiqh issues we will not go through right now. But of course, that's you praying on, and this is you engaging with the land. Do you think that the cows understand that you're a Muslim? I mean, it might be a really weird question for some people, but do you think hey, has he gone? Brother, I think he might have gone anyway. Look at this, brothers and sisters. He's frozen, but I tell you what, it looks pretty freezing there as well. Yeah. What do you think, Mohammed?
Yeah, no, it looks like a cold wind, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. That's the whole family there.
Yeah, it was very bad internet where he is, because it's obviously very, very, what do you call it? Remote place.
Yeah, remote. Yeah, it is remote. Yeah. It's out of the city area, out in the country area. So it looks like they're going for a walk in one of the dock trails.
Yeah. So you know what? I definitely think we're gonna have to, when I come back, inshallah, if we manage to get out of the lockdown, and we're gonna have to go and visit him, spend a week with him down there. Inshallah. Maybe learn about cows, learn about farming,
the nature, and also the stuff he's doing in the environmental stuff to do with, you know, the rivers and the streams and that, because he's been planting in this program. It shows parts of it where he's planting a whole lot of like little trees and shrubs around the creeks and the water, so that runoff and it doesn't cause erosion. So it helps, like you were saying before, now his creeks and streams and that, they got fish in it and things like that, so he can. You know, so he's doing a lot of that type of thing.
Look at that, brother. Look at that. I mean, such a beautiful scenery there. New Zealand, eh? Amazing, amazing on that farm. Reza, he dropped off. We're going to get him back, hopefully. Yeah. Let's get Reza back if the internet comes back on. But definitely a lifestyle which is probably a little bit lonely at times, Mohammed. But I guess you get used to it. And if you've got a big family around,
well, I think he's got a good family there, good support. So. You know, it's there. It looks like he's back on, and he's back on twice. One is frozen and one is unfrozen.
Yeah. Yes.
He's back, is he?
Yeah,
yes, he
is. You've got to excuse us. We're so advanced down the bottom of the world.
Yeah. You said, Julia says, "Mashallah, such a beautiful video. Thank you for sharing us your lifestyle. Beautiful country living." Diana says. Subhanallah, mashallah, brother, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring more prosperity to your trade. Ameen,
ameen, ameen, Allahumma ameen, Allahumma
ameen. Beautiful. So I'll take this video off. As I tell you, it's addictive, this video. It really is addictive, but we're going to take it off. Oh, come back. Come back. Yeah, awesome. I'm so glad I found that on the internet. I just was doing a bit of browsing. I saw you in your Harley Davidson, motoring along the country roads. Subhanallah, beautiful, 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 brother. So tell us, where was I've lost my train of thought. So Muslims, when they came to Indonesia, when they came to Southeast Asia from the Tabis, was it the Tabis or was it the Sahabas that came to?
Well, this is, it's interesting that because one of my sheikh actually wrote a book about when we earlier thought it was the Tabi'in, rahimahumullah ajma'in, that came in. But then there are traces now that says that Islam had come into Indonesia as early as 50 years after Hijri. So there is in Baros, you're a man of history, and I want you to do this. This is in Baros, Baros, which is and then Google it. I mean, I'm about to have a copy of that book, and that suggests that if that's the case, that would have been one of the one of the Sahabi radiallahu that saw here. Either way, and so it may have been as early as that, but generally speaking, we talk about the Tabi'in, rahimahumullah ajma'in, they come in trades. So again, this is something that enlightening, because Southeast Asia were really came to the fold of Islam by husn al-khuluq, by excellent of manners in trading, and we must replicate, something we must replicate. Not saying a lot, but doing a lot though, you know.
Yeah, the actions, actually, amalu salihah, not of the tongue so much, but well, it can be the tongue and the hands as well. Yes. And actually enacting or activating Islam in the community, regardless of where you are. So I'm sure that you've got some great successful stories to tell us, and many shahadas been happening in Invercargill.
Alhamdulillah, in Invercargill and in Queenstown, you know, Wanaka and that sort of thing. Yeah, but as always, our talent remains that we need to help ourselves to help our brothers and sisters. You know, it's no, no small task there.
It's beautiful, brother. I think we need to get you on a little bit later on in the month. So Allah, I think right now the 19th might be a date that you can bring in some people. Maybe we can do link up with some people in Java, in Indonesia, or some of the sheikhs there, and we'll have another discussion about trade and da'wah in the Southeast Asia area, and that's why Islam is there today, because of excellent conduct of the traders. Subhanallah, you know, this is amazing. Alhamdulillah, great news. Diana says, I'm so happy to hear that people taking shahada there. And Sister Salwa, trust me, why did I mention this to you on another program? New Zealand is the go-to place for dawah. Go-to place.
Inshallah,
right.
You know.
Yeah, inshallah.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, we working hard, my sisters and our brothers out there, you know, like, I mean, every single opportunity. And we one of the project we're doing now is that it's time to give lectures in Queenstown. It needs a masjid, so that's another discussion. But really, we know, and I've been invited by a lot of group of the churches up there to give lectures on Islam, primarily the University of the Third Age. So I'm regularly, and we've got our own station. So really, the doors, I don't believe the doors can be open any more wide than it already is.
Subhanallah, because of the attacks from last year.
No, I mean, the attack is built up more, but in its original form, it's already there. And I think we need to actually capitalize on this. We need the help of you brothers, obviously our brothers Muhammad Thompson, brother, Firdaus, Dr. Firdaus, and Firoz has been really, instrumental in upskilling us. Jazakumullah khairan.
Barakallahu feek.
Wa zawajaka bikran.
Ameen.
So for all your all that help and all the enthusiasm, so that we can understand more. But going forward, our missions to do more trades and more tijara, and through the halal business to actually put us on a platform, inshallah. I think I want to leave you.
Take some, just very quickly, take some of the brothers and start trading them up, some young people, because I got one already. Samina Khan says, I would happily send my sons over to work and experience your way of life during this lockdown, as they're free until September, laughing out loud. But I don't know whether we're going to get them in, because but anyway,
Yes, by all means, my sisters. I actually work with a lot of university programs. I mean, mainly from some of the agriculture universities. I mean, we probably had about 40 or 50 that have trained with us. They come for 4 months, 6 months, and they live with our staff members to do internship and partly towards the last 4 or 5 months of their degree in agriculture. So they come and they live and they stay with us. Because I think one of the things that we don't appreciate sometimes is that a youth really are needing to get the exposure, really getting up early, going to bed early, and all that things, and being active, and see the
perfect. Look, you were going to say something to end it all just before you do.
I really want to end it all is that just to give us that motivation. Really, I just want to share, and leave you this hadith, and I thought this hadith is something that it's always, it's something that sticks to me very well. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, when the Prophet of Allah, peace be upon him, said, al-mu'min kan-nahla, that a mu'min is that, it's like that of a honeybee. إذا أكلت طيبة, when he eats, eats only something that is tayyib, pure, clean, good, nutritious, you know. Whenever he gives, presents, gifts, it's always something that is good, you know, and it's something that is tayyibah, give something that is pure. And وَإِذَا نَزَلَتْ عَلَى فَرْءٍ سَجَرَةٍ لَمْ تَعْطَهَا. And whenever like honeybees lands onto branches, you know, no destruction, no, you know, no upsetting of any kind. In fact, the bees will get the nectar and lives behind the pollination. And that's how us as Muslim, as mu'min should live this world, trying to be of benefit, adding benefit, contributing, and be top of the game. And that hadith for me is that, you know, it's that message.
Amen.
You know, we've got a very, very simple, a very quick question. It's quite a long one. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Reza. What's your advice for small lifestyle blocks? We've been renting in West Auckland on a 12-acre block for 10 years plus, and do our own home kills, have free-range chickens, freshwater spring. Financially, my husband still has to work outside, and we don't own our own property, therefore we're restricted to make major changes in the property. There's lots of work though, and see major benefits during the lockdown as well outside. So basically, alhamdulillah, they've got manuka honey on the go as well. They've got olive groves. It's all year round season. Alhamdulillah, for our neighbors, they're so close to Islam, and I pray that we can spread the message of Islam. Ameen. What's your advice for someone in our position? Quick advice.
I mean, there's no position in farming, you know, quick advice. I mean, work very hard, my sisters, my brother, and it's always work better when you are husband and wife helping one another, especially in the field of farming, and then build from there, you know, like, I mean, the steps, you know, is just got to be climbed, and you'll see if you're not shy of hard works, a bit of elbow grace works wonders, bismillah. And we pray, you know, that you get that, you know.
Jazakallah khair. We've overrun our slot because it's such an interesting interview, brothers and sisters. I'm sure you will join me in saying that is the truth. One of the most interesting interviews we've done to date. And of course, it's all based in New Zealand, and the da'wah in New Zealand is being fronted by Voice of Islam, and people like Reza is a big supporter of Voice of Islam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow him to see the benefits of the fruit of his labor. Ameen. In this world and in the hereafter. Ameen. And all those that support it. Yeah, and you know, can we come to your farm and work on it? I think the answer is, if I know this guy, he's not going to turn down workers. He's not
absolutely. You know your brother well. You know your brother well. Yeah, well.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
But work is hard to find, eh?
Absolutely. Jazakallah khair, Sheikh. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you so much. And you know, we're going to move on to the Quran lessons now. We're doing our 50% of the words of the Quran. We're trying to instruct our brothers and sisters in New Zealand, all around the world, subhanallah, and we've got another beautiful brother who knows a lot about farming as well, because he's from the land of farming, Wales.
Wales.
Can we have a Welsh accent this morning, Anjan Ali? Nice.
I'll try my level best, inshallah.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
I don't think if I did it, everybody will understand me.
Assalamu alaikum, ya Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers.
MashaAllah. We've been learning from you, ya Sheikh, every night. Me and my wife, you know, we've been enjoying it. You know, it's such a great benefit. You know.
Inshallah. Please encourage the brothers and sisters in your area to learn it, and maybe start a little group class there.
Yes.
Inshallah, and I will support you anything you need from here, inshallah.
I think my wife is already saying that she can't get enough of this lesson, and making sure that she said that once it's finished, can we keep this running? And I said, look, we'll talk to our brother Muhammad Thompson there, you know, and brother Yusuf, and of course our spring chicken brother, our Dr. Firdaus, you know.
Inshallah.
Our the one that works behind the scenes.
Doctor
Firdaus, Mashallah.
Okay.
Inshallah, please keep in touch, and I will try to support as much as I can, inshallah, from here. No problem at all.
Inshallah. Definitely, Invercargill is the next place where the Quran lesson used to go. Definitely, brother Raza, give my salams to your beautiful family, and give me a kiss upon the forehead of each of your child for me, please.
Yes, brother. And pass our salam to your children too. Wa baraka fikum. I better leave the meeting and then join the class.
Thank you very much, brother.
It's one of the tulab. Barakallah fikum. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hayyakum Allah.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. What an awesome interview. Alhamdulillah. Not because I was conducting it. It was because it was just so out of the box. You can't imagine how much blessing there is in that lifestyle, subhanallah. So, Anjan Ali, I'm so sorry to keep you
No,
delayed.
Please don't apologize. I was enjoying the interview from the background there.
But you know what it is? Sometimes when you see things like this, you just get carried away.
Yes, definitely. And to be honest, we've lost a lot of things in Islam, and the virtue of farming, the virtue of looking after the land, the environment is, if you look at the history of Islam, and particularly in most of the countries where Islam went to, it really transformed the land, Egypt and other places. So it was a huge contribution the Muslims made in the past, and this brother is an inspiration for us.
Yeah,
really
definitely.
May Allah bless him.
I met him at first, not just the fact that he's such a successful farmer, and he's such a spirit. The brother is such a spirit, subhanallah.
Yeah.
And he's a great inspiration for a lot of our shabab, youth growing up.
Definitely.
And he's also a big inspiration for non-Muslims in his area. And I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make him part of one of the forerunners for Islam to enter upon this beautiful land and these amazing people in the Kiwis. They're a fantastic bunch of people, honestly. Okay, so over to you. What lesson are we on today?
We're on 9A. 9A as a reminder for everybody. This the Arabic of 9A is not that difficult, inshallah ta'ala. The previous lesson has been quite tough, particularly on the demonstrative pronouns. So we really need to revise. So what I'll do today, I'm going to quickly do a Kahoot quiz, which is like a revision of previous lessons. So it might catch people off guard, but that's fine, inshallah ta'ala. Just to do a revision of lesson 8A and B, and then we'll go straight away to 9A, inshallah ta'ala. So those of you who are on Zoom, inshallah ta'ala, can quickly participate. I will share the screen, and then we'll start with our lesson, inshallah. Okay. So it's testing really the parts of the lesson from the past. A couple of things, so be aware, it's not just from one lesson, it's quite a few bits and pieces put together just to test, inshallah ta'ala. So let's start with the code quiz. Get everybody going, inshallah ta'ala. So brothers and sisters, you see the number there, please put that number in. And those of you who are on Facebook and YouTube, please try to go in with kahoot.it, and inshallah ta'ala you should be able to reduce the lag. I'm going to put the code in the chat forum as well, so if anybody's coming in late, can put the pin number in. Just go to kahoot.it, inshallah ta'ala. Let's do a quick test. It's a bit off guard, so people weren't expecting this. So I hope, inshallah ta'ala, that we'll be able to do well on the quiz, inshallah. The reason why each element of the course might look disjointed at the beginning, but everything that you're learning in this course is so repeated in the Quran that any revision that you do, anything that you keep on hold on, as soon as you finish this level of course, any further study that you do in Arabic, any further study, whether it's with us or anybody else, inshallah ta'ala, you see the benefit, because what we've taken is the most common words out and really testing you with that. So please take advantage of the notes, the vocabulary, everything that's been supplied to you, and really learn them thoroughly. Do quizzes at home, design flashcards so you can do things with in your family members, inshallah ta'ala. You've got the vocabulary book there, so test each other, make sure you know every single word, because they will pay dividends to you, inshallah ta'ala, when you come to any further study of Arabic, as well as your continuation with the Quran. Okay, we got 27, brother Yusuf. Let's start, and those who are join. Okay, bismillah.
Yeah, we got 33 on the group, so more or less
there's
all
quite
of
a few panelists there as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is.
So what does waj'alni mean? We've done it before. Waj'alni. Don't forget the wa. Waj'alni. It's the dua of wudu, if you recall. I'll give you some hints. Okay, mashallah. 16 we got it right. Waj'alni, and make me. Waj'alni. Okay. Waj'alni min al-mutatahhirin. That what we did in the dua of wudu. MashaAllah. Wa rahmatullahi. What does wa rahmatullahi mean? Okay, this is from the tashahud. MashaAllah, again, I'm very impressed. Almost all of you got that one right. And the mercy of Allah. Well done. Well done. Well done. I thought this was going to catch some of you, but Al-Azim. Remember in the parts of Salah, when you say it, and then you can recall the meaning, inshallah. Al-Azim. Again, I'm going for the translation that we've used. There are many different translations, I know. So please go for the simple translation we used in the notes, inshallah. We try to stick to the standard translations whenever we can. MashaAllah, again, 21 of you. Al-Azim. Subhana Rabbi Al-Azim. Subhana Rabbi Al-Azim. Well done. Okay. Only two correct here answers, so you can choose one of the two. Okay. One of the two. Or two if it allows you. At-Tahiyatu. One particularly is correct, which is next to the one we used. Okay, well done. It can also cover all types of worship, the red one, but all the compliments is the one we were looking for. Well done. At-Tahiyatu, all the compliments. All the compliments. How many words there are there, in wa rasuluhu? Wa rasuluhu. This should be easy. Just break it down, inshallah. You should be able to recognize the individual parts. MashaAllah, 26. So we're going to write wa is and, Rasul is the messenger, who, his, and his messenger. Peace be upon us. Which one is peace be upon us? Oh, MashaAllah, this is very impressive. 100% score. Well done. Well done. If you couldn't do this before you started the course with us, Alhamdulillah, you're learning, which is something to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for. And the more you praise him, the more you learn, inshallah ta'ala. So keep on praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, hadha, remember what it means? Is it pointing to far or close? What is the feminine version? If I was pointing to something feminine, which one would I use? MashaAllah, hadhihi, hadha, hadhihi, hadha, hadhihi. Something close. Okay, well done. Plural of dhalika. So again, work out is dhalika close or far, and then give me the plural of it. Plural. Okay, if you're pointing to more than 3 things, which one would you use? See, brother Yusuf got the hint. He's using his hands. That's the way. Okay, ulaika. Okay, hadha, hadhihi, haulai, dhalika, tilka, ulaika. Far away, ulaika. Okay, I hope you can see my hands. Ulaika, plural. Pointing to 3 or more. 9th question. Now this one's a bit tough. Translate that is our book. So translate first that, and then our book you should know from Rabbuhu, Rabbuhum, Rabbuka, Rabbi, Rabbukum, Rabbuna. Use that word Rabb as a hint. That, remember that. Okay, is it far or close? And go from there. MashaAllah. Dhalika kitabuna. Dhalika kitabuna. Okay, dhalika kitabuna. Those who said tilka, technically you're okay, but tilka is pointing to something feminine. So the book is masculine. Okay, that's fine. Let's go, inshallah ta'ala. It's a long quiz, but we just wanted to try and test. And I'm very impressed with the scores. MashaAllah. Ulaika muslimun. Translate for me, please. Ulaika muslimun. Again, close or far, and then obviously you know it's plural, so you can work it from there. MashaAllah, again, 25 of you. Okay, not these, that's haulai. These are close and those are far away. Sorry, my hand you can't see again. Those are far away, pointing to something far away, okay? Eleventh question. These are Muslims. Okay, these are Muslims. Again, from English workout is far or close, and then you should be okay. And plural of Muslim, we done in lesson number 2. Okay, haulai Muslimun. Well done, mashallah, mashallah. I'm really, really impressed. Okay, 12th one. This is a Muslim, very easy one. This is a Muslim. This is a Muslim. So again, work out close or far from the English, and then should be easy. MashaAllah, Hadha Muslim, Hadha Muslim. This is a Muslim. Congratulations, well done. I am really impressed. I thought it would catch, especially the pointing words caused a lot of confusion. So really, really well done. I hope the brothers and sisters who are on Facebook and YouTube, if they're not able to participate in the Kahoot, at least they're learning as well and benefiting, inshallah. So our winner is Safia and Hania and Iman and Umari and Husni, all of you, well done. May Allah bless you. Inshallah, let's get back to our lesson as time and tide waits for nobody. So inshallah ta'ala, time is flying through. Inshallah ta'ala, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Okay, we're on lesson number 9A. I hope you can all see my screen, inshallah ta'ala. By end of tomorrow, we would have done 102 words of Quran, 102 words of Quran, which are repeated 27,000 times. Okay, please take every single word as a golden nugget, and please collect them together and polish them, look after them, because each and every one of them is a gold nugget, which is a gift for you, inshallah ta'ala, and me, to make our understanding of Quran easier and easier. So look after them, polish them, look after them, inshallah ta'ala, and put them somewhere really safe in your heart, okay? So nobody else can take them from you, and shaitan doesn't steal them from you, inshallah. Okay, let's begin. We're going to learn now, we've done the tashahud in lesson number 8A. Now we're going to learn the salah ala nabi, which we do in the prayer, which is prayer for the Prophet. A reminder for you and me, in the hadith we are told, whoever prays for the Prophet ﷺ once, Allah sends down on them 10 times more. So every time you say salah ala nabi, Allah gives you 10 reward, 10 sins are forgiven. Our status is raised up 10 times. So this is the reward for saying salah upon the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which we do within the salah prayer, but we also do it outside as well. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. So this is very, very beautiful message for me and you, for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we demonstrate our love of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam not by our empty words, but by our action, by trying to imitate the best we can. The best we can. We're all, do mistakes, but our desire is to best we can. When we know something is for the Prophet ﷺ, we try to follow it to the best of our ability. Okay, so this is the beauty of the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. We don't impose it, we follow it, we imitate out of love of the Prophet ﷺ. So this is the message, inshallah. So remember the sacrifices of the Prophet ﷺ for spreading the messages of Islam. And if you are a Muslim, whether you're in New Zealand or in the UK, 1400 years after, all thousands of miles away from Makkah and Medina, it is because, firstly, from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is the sacrifice that the Prophet ﷺ made. So it is his sacrifice, 23 long years, that he brought the religion of Islam to the whole humanity. And alhamdulillah, he's united our hearts. Islam has, despite all the criticism, alhamdulillah, thumma alhamdulillah, every single corner of the world, every race, every color, every shape of people you can think of, speaking almost every language you can think of, are all united by the love of Allah and his Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is a great gift Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us to be Muslim and to follow the final Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it is all down due to Allah's mercy and then sacrifice of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So you need to study the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, okay, which will help you understand. So again, I recommend, brothers and sisters, the books are available, audio series are available of seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Please study his life. It's absolutely essential for understanding Quran, as well as essential for increasing our love of the Prophet ﷺ and knowing the beautiful character that he was, alayhi salam. So his noble aim was to save humanity from the fire of hell. And he cared and loved his ummah so much that when he passed away, before he passed away, he used to cry so much for the ummah. The tears would flow and his beard would become wet, crying for us, me and you. and making Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, asking for our salvation in the dunya and in the hereafter. And he has reserved a special dua for his ummah, which he will use in the day of judgment. So we hope and pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us the tawfiq to receive the good news for and see the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Jannah, inshallah ta'ala. May Allah make us all tawfiq. So how can I return his favors? Well, you can't invite the Prophet to dinner. Now, that option is not there. How can you return? All right. So we can't really do anything for him. Literally, if you think about it, Allah can reward him. So we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is Allah Azza wa Jal who sent him, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him the highest status. So let's continue, inshallah ta'ala. The Prophet will receive his reward from Allah, whether I pray for him or not, and it is a great honor for me to be included in the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And every person who prays for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam will receive 10 rewards from Allah. So huge reward. This is the Arabic we're going to learn, inshallah ta'ala. Have a quick look at it before I go in. Now, you should be able to recognize some of the words, if not all, some. Allah, you should recognize. Okay, Allah, you should recognize. Obviously, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you recognize. Ibrahim, you can recognize. Allahumma is, oh Allah. So let's begin, inshallah ta'ala. I will give you the Arabic. You just repeat the English, inshallah ta'ala. Arabic is not that difficult here, inshallah. There are some words, but quite a few you should be already familiar with. So, Allahumma, oh Allah. Salli, send peace. Ala Muhammad, on Muhammad. Wa ala, and on. Ali Muhammad. So those of you who are at home, please repeat loudly the English that's inside the box, inshallah ta'ala. Otherwise, you will not stick in your mind. It will become a passive lecture. And you need to participate with me. That's the only way you learn. Sorry? So ready? Allahumma, oh Allah. Allahumma, oh Allah. Please don't get confused with this word. It's literally is, oh Allah. Okay, that's the easiest way to understand it. It's like in calling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, oh Allah, Allahumma. Don't break it up or anything. Just Allahumma, oh Allah. Salli, send peace. Salli, send peace. And we've done that in the example we did before. Send peace. Normally, salli means to pray, but because of Allah, it becomes send peace. Allah on Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, al has two meanings. Al has two meanings: family and followers. Please remember that, family and followers. Whereas ahl means family, meaning within the family group. So al includes us also, inshallah ta'ala, and the family of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad, the family of Muhammad. So salli ala, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower your mercy on him, be kind to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in terms of reward, and raise his name and elevate his position. So we're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give all these four things to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When we say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, it is Allah who can reward him, and it is for us, inshallah ta'ala, to make this dua, which is from the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we learn in our salah. So one more time, please. Allahumma,
oh Allah,
salli,
send peace
ala Muhammad,
upon Muhammad,
wa ala,
and on upon
ali Muhammad,
the family of Muhammad.
Family of Muhammad. So again, remember, we can't do anything for the Prophet ﷺ really in practical terms, but this is the gift. This is our dua. This is our call of love. We turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant him these things, to show our love and affection to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So if you can see, let's try at home, as well as the brothers who are with me, try to do this without looking now. See if you can recall. Allahumma,
oh Allah,
oh Allah,
salli,
send peace
ala Muhammad,
upon
on
Muhammad,
on Muhammad, wa ala,
and upon
ali
on
Muhammad,
the family of Muhammad.
family of
family
Muhammad.
of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is it, inshallah ta'ala. We all use it every day. So inshallah ta'ala, memorize this. Now let's go to the next part. Kama, please try to remember it. This has two types of words used in Arabic. Is exactly as comparing, as you gave this to person. As in English. Ka and kama. Okay, both are used. Inshallah ta'ala, we're going to learn them in simple form. Kama as, sallaita, you send peace. You send past tense now. Past tense. Sallaita, you send peace. Ala Ibrahim, on Ibrahim, alayhi salam. Ibrahim alayhi salam. Wa ala Ali Ibrahim. So you can see a structure is exactly the same, except for the word sallaita, which is you send peace. So we'll practice that, inshallah ta'ala. Ready? Kama, as sallaita,
You send peace
ala Ibrahim,
on Ibrahim,
upon Ibrahim,
wa ala
And on
and upon
Ali Ibrahim,
the family of Ibrahim.
family of Ibrahim. It's relatively easy. You have to repeat. This is one way of learning, inshallah ta'ala. Please use it, okay? Please use repetition. It's very, very easy, and it's the most natural way of learning. Very most natural way of learning. Oh Allah, you gave Ibrahim alayhi salam such a position. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to give Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam also such a position, inshallah ta'ala. So one more time, trying to translate without looking. Kama,
As
sallaita,
as
sent peace
ala Ibrahim,
on
upon
Ibrahim
Ibrahim
wa ala
and
and
upon
on
Ali Ibrahim,
family of
the
Ibrahim.
family of Ibrahim.
family of Ibrahim. Okay, again, remember the words, inshallah ta'ala, they will come in use again and again. Kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala Ali Ibrahim. So again, if we are want to show our gratitude to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we need to become a student. How do we become a student? We need to study Quran and Sunnah, because that's what is left behind. So you and I need a fixed time every day in our life. A fixed time. It doesn't have to be hours, okay? 10 minutes, 5 minutes to sit and study the Quran and the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. And each hadith, inshallah, will have potential of changing our life tremendously, as well as each and every single ayah of Quran has a message for me and you. So let's conclude. Innaka, indeed you are. Okay, translate for me, please. Innaka, indeed you are. Okay, innaka,
Indeed you are.
indeed you are. Indeed. Now, inna we've done before we done inna as in indeed, but now the ka is attached to it. Innaka. Okay, it's exactly the same as rabbuhu and all of those attachments we've done, or lahu. So innaka is like this. Innahu, do it with me, please. Innahu, innahu, innahum, innaka, inni, inni, innakum, inna, inna, and innaha. Okay, this is just for practice. I'm just showing you the same technique works for adding the pronouns to inna. Innaka, indeed you are. Okay, innaka, indeed you are. Hamidun, Hamidun, worthy of praise. Majidun, full of glory. So I'll repeat one more time in Arabic. You do the English, inshallah. Majidun comes from the word majd, and Hamidun comes from the word hamd, which we've done in Alhamdulillah. Okay, ready? Innaka, indeed you are. Hamidun, worthy of praise.
Worthy of praise.
Majidun,
Full of glory.
Full of glory. Remember those words? Innaka Hamidun Majid. Okay, so you want to become a student of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then you have to study Quran and Sunnah, because he left out these two treasures. These two treasures he left for us, Quran and Sunnah, and he said that in his last statement or his last sermon, alayhi salam. So fix your time for learning, become a serious student of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Take the Quran, take the Hadith, learn them, study them, his seerah, and then convey it to the rest of humanity. Okay? Innaka Hamidun Majid, indeed you are worthy of praise, full of glory. Now the next part is exactly the same. The only change is the word barik. Okay, we've got some plane landing in the background or something. Okay, ready? So I thought something was happening in my house. Let's go. Allahumma, oh Allah. Allahumma, oh Allah, barik is send peace, send blessings, sorry. Barik, send blessings. Okay, ready? Allahumma,
Oh Allah,
barik,
send blessings.
Now, this word barik comes from Mubarak, blessings. So Eid Mubarak, we all know, we use it, inshallah. Eid Mubarak, barik, send blessings. Ala Muhammad, on Muhammad. Wa ala Ali Muhammad, and on the family of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Exactly the same as the last part. Okay, Allahumma barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad. So here again, barakah means three things. Okay, basically, benediction and blessings, which we all know. It also includes continuity and increase in the blessings. Increase in the blessing. Now, our previous brother Abdul Razak would know about blessings, because farming is all about blessings. Literally, is all about blessings. We put a small seed in. A small seed of rice, and Allah returns you 700, right, by his mercy. 2 cows you start with, and you have a whole herd of cows. Allah's blessing. So this is about blessing, continuity and growth. Continuity and growth. Okay, these two things, inshallah, and barak. So barakah means to have blessings from Allah, so that you can go more with the little that you have. More with the little that you have. All of us has 24 hours. If Allah puts barakah in my 24 hours and your 24 hours, we can do a lot more in that 24 hours. That's what it means, barakah, okay? So when we ask barakah for you, it means whatever you have, Allah increase that, multiply it, make it grow for you. So it's a beautiful dua. Okay, so when you give somebody barakah, blessings, this is what you mean. So translate one more time, please. Allahumma.
Oh Allah.
Barik.
Send blessings.
Send blessings. Okay, Allahumma barik. Ala Muhammad.
Upon Muhammad.
On Muhammad.
Wa ala Ali Muhammad.
And the family of Muhammad.
The family of Muhammad.
Look, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he started his mission, one man on his own. When he left this world, alayhi salatu wasalam, the number of companions were approximately, some say more, 124,000. Now today, 1.8 billion people. 1.8 billion people love him, honor him, and from the depth of their heart are making this dua for him. This is growth. This is barakah. This is barakah. We need to appreciate that, inshallah ta'ala. From Allah. From Allah Azza wa Jal. So this is again reminder, the prayer for barakah is for his family of the Prophet ﷺ and the followers too. We're praying for the followers of the Prophet ﷺ, and make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah make us all true followers of the Prophet ﷺ. As I said, it is not empty words, it's the action that is important, that you and I convert our love of the Prophet ﷺ into action, in wanting to be like him and in wanting to be following his noble examples. Okay, Allahumma, O Allah, barik ala Muhammad wa ala Ali Muhammad. Next again is exactly the same. Only new word is barakta. Barakta. Everything else is exactly the same. So kama is as, barakta, you sent blessings. Okay, so the two words here, salli, sallaita, barik, barakta. So salli and barik are the command form of the verbs called imperative in English, and sallaita and barakta are past tense. Okay, so mercy and blessings, peace, and the second one is blessings. That's the only difference between the two. Kama barakta ala Ibrahim, we've already done, wa ala ali Ibrahim, and on the family of Ibrahim alayhi salam. So again, one more time, kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim. Okay, kama barakta ala Ibrahima wa ala ali Ibrahim. Now, try to recall the beautiful example of the Prophet ﷺ while praying for him. For example, Rasulullah ﷺ said himself, convey from me even one ayah. This statement here should be the greatest motivation for every Muslim to stop and think and change their direction in life and become a da'i. Every Muslim should be given dawah. Why? The Prophet ﷺ said, convey from me, even if it's one ayah. How can you convey something you don't understand? So therefore, studying the Quran and Sunnah is imperative upon all of us. We have to study. So convey from me is a command from the Prophet ﷺ, telling me and you to convey. Now I want you to imagine an example, as time is short, so I'll give you the example very quickly, inshallah, that it will help us highlight. Imagine you're in the middle of a desert. Middle of a desert, there's nothing around. You have camel with you, and all your provisions are on the camel, water, food, shelter, everything that you need. You reach in your desert, in your travel, a sand dune, and it's shaded, so you decide to rest. When you wake up, the camel's gone. Camel's gone. You have no hope. Suddenly you are there, you're getting drained, you're getting weak, and you give up. There's nothing to do, no water. I don't know whether to go right, left, forward, backwards. Where am I? I'm lost. So you sit under the dunes expecting death to come to you. And as you go from one fainting spell to another, a stranger comes from nowhere. And he gives you water. And then he gives you food. And he stays with you until you're fully recovered. You get up. Your heart now is filled with gratitude. And you start praising the stranger. Thank you so much. You saved my life. You're wonderful. May God bless you. The stranger says, I'd like you to do something for me. There are many other people in this desert who are without water. I want you to help me distribute other water to other people. So go and find other people in the desert and give them water. Take this water, share it. Instead of doing what he says, you just stand there and you start praising him. Oh, you are wonderful. You are great. And he says, no, no, go take the water, share it with other people. And you just standing there, I'm just standing there praising him. What a wonderful person you are. May God bless you. Now translate that to our relationship with the Prophet ﷺ. We love him, but he's telling us to save the rest of humanity. If we don't do dawah, if we don't share Islam with others, are we fulfilling that obligation by standing in one place just praising the Prophet ﷺ? Do you think he will be happy with us when he told me and you to share this beautiful message of Islam with the rest of humanity? So this is what we need to think. Yes, alhamdulillah, we love the Prophet ﷺ. I have no doubt about that. But it is his command that we share the message of Islam with the rest of humanity. So may Allah give us tawfiq, inshallah, to fulfill a very clear instruction from the Prophet ﷺ. So one more time, inshallah ta'ala, let's translate without looking. Kama barakta,
the blessings,
you send blessings, ala Ibrahim,
upon Ibrahim,
wa ala,
and upon
ali Ibrahim,
the family of Ibrahim.
Again, innaka hamidun majid, you've already done. Remember, innaka is made of inna plus ka, you. Indeed, you are innaka hamidun majidun, full of worthy of praise and full of glory. Worthy of praise and full of glory. So innaka hamidun majid, that concludes the salah ala nabi, inshallah ta'ala. All these words are in the vocabulary booklet. You will find it in the website, inshallah ta'ala. I'm going to give you more resources soon, inshallah. I'm going to be sharing with you a dua book, which we just published in India. It has word for word meaning of the duas, everyday duas. Please use it, inshallah ta'ala. This will help you develop vocabulary and as well as increase the duas that you use. That will be in the folder, inshallah ta'ala, by tomorrow, inshallah, bi'idhnillah. And also I'll put it on Telegram. It's a gift from us, inshallah ta'ala. Please use it, PDF. And you can print whatever you want with it, but use it with the family. Whichever du'as you know, learn the Arabic of it as well, inshallah ta'ala, and say it from your heart. So that gift will be there, but the vocabulary book is already there for you, inshallah ta'ala. So we're going to conclude now this lesson. I'm happy to take your questions, but we have one more Kahoot to run, and then we will come back, inshallah ta'ala, to our lessons, inshallah. Okay, this is going to be testing you now, specifically what we did in this lesson, inshallah. Lesson 9a. Okay, lesson 9a. Let's begin. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Okay. 972087. Okay, let's see how we get on. Inshallah ta'ala. Just a few more people to join and we'll start. Okay, 27 already here. Let's begin. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Okay, everybody ready? Okay, very quickly, we have questions mainly based upon today's lesson. So let's see, kama, what does kama mean? Should be easy.
Is it frozen?
No, it's going. It's moving.
Can't see anything on the screen. It just says kama. Ah, no, it's here now.
Okay,
it's lagging.
Sorry. Okay.
All right, it's lagging. Yeah.
Okay, inshallah.
Yeah. Oh, everyone got them right.
MashaAllah. Oh, this is good. This is good. Innaka. Innaka. MashaAllah, indeed you. Well done, mashallah. Barakta, barakta. Be careful. Barakta. MashaAllah, 28 if you got it right. You sent blessings. Okay, you sent blessings. Salli ala. Salli ala. Be careful again. I'm looking for the exact translation that we used. "21 of good right. Salli ala, send peace. Send peace. Salli ala Muhammad, send peace upon Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Al means family. What is the second meaning of the word al? MashaAllah, 24 of you got it right. Followers, followers. Okay, some of you said relatives. No, it's followers. Number 6, Sallaita. What does Sallaita mean? Again, be careful. I'm looking for the exact one that we used in the course. You send peace. MashaAllah, well done. You send peace. Sallaita. Okay. Please take advantage of revising the notes before you come to the class. Inshallah, you'll find the lessons easier. Hamidun. 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 MashaAllah, 23 of you got it right. Well done. Congratulations. 8th one now. Allahumma. Remember this one? It appears 5 times in the Quran, but hundreds of times in the du'as that we learn. Allahumma. Okay, Allahumma, 29 people got it right. Well done. Majidun. Majidun. Okay, full of glory. Again, 26. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Well done. And the last one today is Barik. 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 Remember what type of word it is, and you should be able to. Have to be very careful. Barik and Barakta. Salli and Sallaita. Remember the differences between the two. Okay, send blessings is a command form. Imperative is called imperative. So 18 of you got it right. Well done. It is not you sent. That's the past tense. Okay, that's barakta. Okay, so those of you who got it wrong, please note that, inshallah ta'ala, and the differences between them. We'll quickly look at the podium, and then we'll go to your questions, inshallah. Hania, and we have Saf, and the winner is Saf. Well done, everyone who took part. May Allah bless you, inshallah ta'ala. Tomorrow we will be doing lesson 9B, lesson number 9B. So I will be putting all the notes, inshallah ta'ala. You've got them on the website. I will be putting on the Telegram. Those of you are members of the Telegram, inshallah ta'ala, you'll see it there. 9B. So get ready for that lesson, inshallah. Very important lesson, in terms of vocabulary and also the verbs that you'll be learning. So we'll go through that with you tomorrow. I'm happy to take any questions related to the course, inshallah. Please fire away if there's anything here, and we'll go through, inshallah.
Okay, yes, we've got Hania saying, how do you spell inna and na? Indeed and us.
Okay, the translation with inna plus na will be indeed we, not us. So that's one point to note. Indeed we. And there's two ways of spelling it. Inna, like we say, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Indeed we, from Allah, and to Allah we are to return. Inna, and there's another one called innana. Innana. I'm sorry I can't write on the screen, but I'll try to get a device where I can run and show you. But it's inna plus na. Inna or innana. Those are two versions, inshallah. Okay. Any more?
That's done. Okay. Any other questions, brothers and sisters? Please post them on the chat. They've got
okay.
Something
There's one
here.
Can you break down the word sallaita? Is it one or two words having a pronoun? Right. This you have to know the verbs. Verbs in Arabic have a pronoun, but they're embedded within the verb. So you can't really say sallai then ta. The ta means you, but that ta is included in the form of the verb. So it's called an internal pronoun. Okay, internal pronoun. Inshallah, when you get to advanced grammar, you learn that. So sallaita, you sent blessings, is the ta is the you, but it's embedded within the verb. It's not seen as a separate word. And also, for example, if I change it to sallaitu, means I sent blessings. So that's how it works, inshallah. But next level, you pick it up. They're relatively easy, inshallah. Okay, mashallah, beautiful parable of the desert. Yes, may Allah give us tawfiq, inshallah ta'ala. Remember, our love of the Prophet ﷺ reminds all of us to take action. To take action. That's what the Sahabi did. We had a beautiful example with our brother Abdul was talking about Indonesia, how the companions went there and the second generations went there. Even now, you know, I know some of us may or may not know about the Rohingya Muslims. Actually, there was a Sahabas who went there during the trading that they became Muslim. So one of the lies that is spread is that they actually recently became Muslim or they moved recently to that land. No, that land was blessed from that time. And the companions used to visit Chittagong and that land in where the Rohingya Rakhine State, and that's where they became Muslim many years ago when they went to China for trading. So it's all these lands, wherever the Sahaba went. So it's a beautiful reminder for all of us, inshallah. I've answered that one with the pronoun, I think. Yeah, same question. Can you break the word down? Sallaita, is it one word? Yeah.
I'm finding it difficult to joining Kahoot. I've tried many times. Can you put me through? If you download the app on your phone on a separate device, or you go to kahoot.it, it should be easy to put the pin in for a game and play away.
Inshallah, if you're having technical difficulty, you can watch some YouTube videos on how to use it. There's loads around. And that'll help you, or even just type help. But as Brother Yusuf said, just kahoot.it or on your app and just put the PIN number in. Because the Kahoot is not our product, we can't really control it. So there must be something simple that's not been done. So please follow the instructions, inshallah, on the website kahoot.it. It should be okay, inshallah. There's some help files there. Any more, or are we okay today?
Yes, I think we've reached the end of the 20th day, subhanAllah, the 20th day. And we're moving into the last 10 days. I think for people, it will be tonight for some people. Tonight will be the start of the last 10 days, brothers and sisters. So please make sure that you struggle even harder in this last 10 days to engage with the Quran and do your homeworks. You've got your 7 types of homeworks. You know what they are. I don't know if we should go through those as well, but just remind people. And yeah, keep coming back to the class. That's the most important thing.
Inshallah. Okay, again, as a reminder, inshallah ta'ala, please keep in touch with us and give us feedback and work with us. Brother Yusuf said, please continue and also revise the previous contexts. I can't emphasize that enough. And especially if you're learning as a family, test each other, inshallah ta'ala, and keep on reminding each other. If 2 friends are on the courts, they know each other, then phone each other up and test them, inshallah.
The question here, class, is that one translation is Oh Allah, indeed, is it correct? Allahumma inni. Allahumma inni. I think it's inni, yeah.
Okay, where is that
it's
question?
Not inni, it's in. Allahumma in. It's on the
It's in the question section, sorry. Translation of "Oh Allah, indeed." Is it correct? Allahumma, no. Okay. What I advise at this stage, don't go from English to Arabic. If you find a piece of Arabic text, and translate back until you're confident with the Arabic. If you, I'm not sure exactly which one you're saying. Allahumma inni with a ya means indeed I. So that is in the dua, very famous dua you all use. Allahumma inni zalamtu nafsi zulman kathira. Very famous dua people use regularly in their salah. Allahumma inni with a ya. In on its own, it won't mean anything in this context unless the word if is being used. So I can't really, unless you have the Arabic text, we can't really know exactly what it is. But Allahumma inni, indeed I. Oh Allah, indeed I. If you say Allahumma inna, then Allah indeed, but nothing after that. Okay.
Yes. Alhamdulillah, I think we've reached the end of the class, and everyone will say,
yes.
Jazakallah khair. Thoroughly enjoyed the classes from Safia, and many other people have said they've enjoyed it. The farming stories and
that was amazing.
Being linked in with New Zealand as well has really helped us to understand that there is an ummah that's growing there, and Voice of Islam are responsible for passing the message. So please, brothers and sisters, donate. voiceofislam.me is the website. You can go there and you can donate. Subhanallah. We'll put the links. The links are there if you want to donate for the dawah in these last few days of Ramadan, the last 10 days. It's great benefit if you can support the dawah there. Inshallah. Anjan, anything you'd like to say?
No, just it. I'm conscious of the late time, so we'll just keep concluding. Inshallah, just prepare for tomorrow, please.
Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair for all of you brothers and sisters attending. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.